before we start gearing up for the week ahead, let's first put a wrap on the week that was with our Week 4 edition of Top Plays and Prime Time Performers. We'll start in the East Penn Conference with one of 3 unbeaten teams left in the EPC, the Freedom Patriots, who used a monster second half last Friday in pulling away from previously unblemished Nazareth. The Pates outscored the Blue Eagles 28-0 over the third and fourth quarters. Freedom's Amari Dubois finding the end zone 3 times on the night. After hauling in an 11-yard scoring strike, the senior then authored his first of 2 touchdowns in the third frame, a 14-yard pitch and catch from Chase Walker. Dubois then put the game out of reach with the Patriots' third score in short order, a 33-yard interception return for a touchdown in sealing the 38-10 triumph. 4-0 Freedom hosts William Allen coming up on Friday. A handful of teams, meanwhile, are 3-1, including each of our next 2 representatives. Parkland picked up its 3rd win of the season by dominating Pleasant Valley last Thursday from start to finish, building up a 38-0 lead by halftime en route to a 52-0 win overall. The first half highlighted by a pair of TD receptions from senior Preston Mertz, who hauled in a 65-yarder to make it 13-0 after the opening period, before working his way to pay dirt on a 20-yard pitch and catch to start the second stanza. All told, Mertz caught 3 balls for 98 yards. The Trojans host fellow 3-1 Nazareth this Friday night. It's live on SEN 502. Another battle of 3-1 teams will take place Friday over at Emmaus as the Green Hornets welcome in Easton. The Red Rovers riding the hot hand of Will Day to a victory over Bethlehem Catholic last week. Day only carried the ball 5 times, but he certainly made the most of those handful of touches, finding the end zone not once, not twice, but thrice. After slicing his way to the house from 7 yards out in the second quarter, the senior then scored from 13 yards away in the third, before landing the final conversion of the night with a 4-yard plunge in the final frame. Day is up to 7 rushing touchdowns through just 4 games. Easton in the midst of a 3-game winning streak in which the Rovers have outscored their opponents 128-21. From 3-1 squad to the EPC to one such team over in the Colonial Schuylkill League. Notre Dame Green Pond's offense has received a lot of attention through the season's first month, and with good reason. But it was the Crusaders' defense that excelled Friday versus previously unbeaten Saucon Valley. 8 tackles for loss, 5 sacks, 2 of which came from junior Nillette Wilson. Notre Dame also blocked a field goal and forced 2 fumbles. One of those returned 25 yards by Brett Bruckman for a score. The Crusaders' D limited the Panthers to just 5 total yards in the second half, pushing 4 of Saucon Valley's 6 second-half possessions backwards. Notre Dame outscored the Panthers 21-0 in the second half to win it 24-7. The Crusaders visit fellow 3-1 Catasauqua coming up this Friday evening. And finally, we close this week's edition of Top Plays with some trickeration. Central Catholic digging deep into its bag of tricks in toppling Pocono Mountain East on Saturday. Both gadget plays incorporating senior QB Kyle Fleshman, who first hit fellow classmate Aiden Sorrentino on a 50-yard reception, which set up the Vikings' second score and a 14-0 Central lead. Fleshman then dropping it in the bucket for freshman wideout Grayson Schmell, a 34-yard touchdown connection that gave the Vikings a 28-10 advantage. Central Catholic improved to 2-2 with a 35-16 victory. Fleshman finished 5 for 6 passing on the night for 119 yards.